Good morning and welcome to our show. Today we're talking about memory. Our guest is Dr. Phyllis Ray. Dr. Ray has done quite a bit of research on memory and how the brain works. Hello and welcome, Dr. Ray. Hi, thanks for having me. Now, I'll confess that I worry about my memory sometimes, and I'm pretty sure that some of our listeners have similar worries. So I hope you can give us some tips. Well, I think I probably can. One thing that people often don't realize is that feeling anxious or worried about your memories will definitely have negative impact on your memory. So what I mean is, if you feeling stressed out because, for example, you always forget people's names, well, the stress or worry about it will actually make it harder to remember them. Really, so we should try to not to worry about this so much. Exactly. Well, we're gonna let our listener get in on this conversation. Let's see what they want to know about memory. First, we have Roberto from Phoenix calling. Hello, Roberto. What's your question? Hi, you mentioned forgetting people's names. I have terrible problem with this, so I'm wondering if there are any little tricks that I can use to help me remember. Yes, there definitely are. With almost any trick called technique, the goal is to make the name you're trying to remember meaningful as memorable as possible. I try to associate the name with an image. Try to make the image as vivid as possible. For example, if you meet someone named John Hatfield, take a moment and come up with an image. Let's see. I might picture the man standing in the fields next to an enormous red hat, and the name John is written in largest on the hat. You can picture anything that will be helpful, but make it really memorable. Actually, the sillier it is, the better, because you're more likely to remember. Thank you, that's really helpful. I think having the technique to use will help me feel less worried about this too. Good, so that will help with the stress factor we talk about. Thanks for calling, Roberto. Our next caller is Tim calling from Boston. Hi Tim. Hi, this is great topic. Thanks. Good. My question is about whether we can improve our memory or not. I've been hearing more and more about exercise to strengthen the brain and things like that these days. Well, it's almost like people are saying that we have to work out the brain in a similar way to working out the bodies. Is that true? So I've been trying to exercise my brain. Great question, and the answer is yes. Research is definitely showing that exercise for our brains is beneficial. And yes, there is a parallel to exercise for our bodies. You can almost think about it as if the brain is a muscle, and you have to work to strengthen it, just the way we do muscle in our bodies. So how do you give your brains and work out? There are larger brains. A larger puzzle, for example, crossword puzzle, are good for your brain. Puzzles that involve picture and diagram are so good, and actually I love a lot of good books available now with many different ideas on how to give your brain and work out. I recommend you find a book that looks interesting to you and then do the exercises. Okay, I will, thanks. Thanks for the question. I'd also like to add that giving the brain some exercises as good ideas as you get older. Age affects the brain just as it affects the body. So regularly working out the brain can help it healthy as you age. That seems like a good advice, especially since we're all getting older. Okay, our next caller is Lily from Chicago. Hello, Lily. Hi. I think my memory pretty good, but the thing that drives me crazy is when something on tip of my tongue, but I just can't remember it. or the tip-top the tongue syndrome. When what you trying to remember is so close but you can't think of it, and how you try the roles it, right? Yes, exactly. I thought the best approach is to talk around the topic. For example, if you try to remember the name of a movie, talk about what the story is about, who the characters are on, and so on. This gives your brain time to work on it. And very often if your brain push too hard, if you compete you. Thanks. Okay, it's time for the break. We'll come back in a minute for more of your questions.